Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. With me, Matt. We've been one for you all here on Nexus. One map that I believe is ported from Combat Heroes 1 a while back. Anyway, we are on the Eastern Front today. We have Mano as the Soviet Union and facing off against Jacket Geist, 10 US dollars and Roblox? Okay, weird. As propaganda tactics for the Waffen-SS. We might be fighting somewhere in Eastern Germany late in the war. Alongside a railroad, clearly. And we have no command charge from the Soviets yet. We'll need to see how this turns out. When the Sappers are just rushing up with their basic, with the Sappers to try and secure some ground and sailing lanes with sandbags, nothing too special. Nexus is very interesting because it has this cutoff point right here to get the munitions, where you actually have to hold either side here too. Which is a very unique thing. So like, they're not actually going to get any supplies from these 2 points until they get one of these. Means you can actually harass the enemy quite nicely and prevent munitions from flowing in. The Soviets are really digging in to get ready for the fight ahead. We've also gone for a command. It looks like it's going to be shock. We have shock versus propaganda. This should be very interesting. Meanwhile, we have some Sturmgrenadiers from the Waffen-SS securing some ground. Nothing too unusual as conscripts arrive for the Soviets to do much the same. First shots are probably going to get fired very soon. That's a lot of sandbags being bared by the Soviets. Really thinking ahead, aren't they? The conscripts keep securing ground, including a field point there. This is a German secure the southern field point. More conscripts are arriving. Now, conscripts will allow the Soviets to get a lot more field presence here. Oh, the sandbags is still going. Is that the final one? Looks like it is. And with that, the first shots are being fired. Sturm Pioneers out in the open. Not a lot of cover for them to work with, so they're just going to run around, which I don't actually think protects them. They should just be lucky the Sabers are not good at aiming. Especially not at that range. The Germans do get that point. But they do lose a Sturm Pioneer as well. And the conscripts have encountered some Sturm Grenadiers up here. We also had an MG-44 arriving here for the Waffen-SS. Help hold down the front line. Soviets meanwhile are securing ground. Nothing too unusual here. I have an itchy ear. I hate when my ear is itchy. Really annoying feeling. Really, really annoying. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm still recovering from a cold, so you might hear my sniffles every now and then. Being a little bit annoying. If I force it up to cover a wide area here. That's a very good position. You know, the Germans are just taking in across the front line. It's gonna be a little bit quiet for the most part by the looks of it. I was informed there would be a lot of quiet parts. Let's actually speed up a bit until something happens. I was told we should wait a little bit. We have a maximum coming there for the Soviets. Both of them are just digging in and waiting for the other. Not a lot of fighting yet. But we might see some action over here soon. Doom Pioneers are slowly creeping up. They have also brought up an MG-08 here from the Volkssturm to help cover the flank. There's a Maxim hiding up here as well. I think it's like a complete mirror of the map because neither side has tried to rush for the center here. So far it's still looking pretty quiet. Oh. Yep, shots are fired. You know, there's a Maxim there now, I think. Mortar has started to arrive here for the Soviets. The Germans are also taking up bit by bit because there's not been a lot of action here. Both sides are kind of getting a lot more manpower than they usually would get. People are just waiting. Double Volkssturm has been prepared by the Germans. Meanwhile, the Soviets are getting another mortar in. Very static fight. Probably not being much of a fight yet at all. There we go. Sturm Pioneers tried to push in, but they got pushed back here by the Maxim. The Volkssturm are starting to arrive. Double mortar for the Soviets and a recon team. Excuse me. The recon team is actually a good choice to combine with the mortars here. Because this is going to allow the Soviets to just slowly start hitting away at the German front line. Up here we have the recon team. Using the female sniper bottle from the Soviets from the vanilla game, I think. Plus they can be either male or female, like the Soviet sniper in vanilla. The mortars just still shelling. The Volksturm are being ordered around the flank. But there are some conscripts that can spot them. They're just waiting here. Waiting for the signal to advance. They can overwhelm this position when that happens. But they've been spotted. They were careless. Conscripts managed to spot them. I think the conscripts can actually fight the Volksturm. Mostly because of the position here. You have an MG-34 quickly being rolled up here. Hitting around the open, but the conscripts suck at aiming. And then I think they can start suppressing them. Sturmgun is trying to advance here. MG-8 also is pushing up. Volksturm are being pushed forwards. Base being tossed there from the Volksturm. They might actually be able to overrun the Soviet position. Yeah, the MG-08 and the rest of the German infantry is actually helping push up pretty well here. Mortars do their best to just lay some fire out. They're trying to hit the MG up there. It's not really working out. The conscripts are being overrun up here. Well executed assault here from the Germans. It's very hard to pull off a good infantry assault like that. But good today, attack from several angles and pull their own machine guns in too. German machine guns are very important to the infantry combat after all. But now the Soviets have to try and see if they can get this area back quickly. Because the longer the Germans have this, the more resources the Germans are going to get over the Soviets. Thank you for hosting up as well. Yeah, having the Volksturm around to just be some extra manpower and a distraction. It's actually really good, and they also have the one flashes after all. You know, the Soviet mortars keep trying to shell in. Ooh. I hate having to recover from a cold, it's so annoying. And the mortars keep firing here. So we need to get some more troops out there, I think. And they are getting a medic team to just help heal. And so far the Germans have secured some more ground. They're also getting a Panzerjäger squad just in case. Those are the Sturm Grenadiers trying to assault here. But they very quickly realize there's a lot of fire pointed at them. MG turning on. Oh, MG is actually retreating. That might be their Sturm Grenadier. Oh, will he make it? He actually makes it. Very lucky. But the Soviet mortars just keeps yelling. So the recon team has to be somewhat cautious here. But I think it does allow the Soviets to keep an eye on things. Yeah, they know where the machine gun is. Medic can set up a medic station here, an aid station, to help heal the Soviet troops at the front line. That day machine gun has to run back, which means the Soviets could assault that Sturm Pioneer. There's only 4 Sturm Pioneers there. They will not be able to hold off against all those units if they start advancing. Especially without any automatic weapons. You have 1 Sturmgewehr and the squad leader. And the conscripts are arriving. And there might be too many conscripts here for them to handle. The cavalry is so far helping though. But that's just a lot of rifles pointed at them. And on the Maxim too. And that's just too much fire. They do a great assault though, which does actually kill 1 squad. Another aid station could be established here. German infantry is advancing, but the Maxim is present. And immediately get into work. And the Germans have been suppressed. I don't think they want to stay there when they're suppressed out in the open. They don't have a chance to advance much. Yep, they're also getting pinned out there. Folks are pretty easy to pin and suppress because they are considered militia. We do have an SS Untersturmführer present. Trying to call in an artillery strike probably around the Maxim. The Maxim realizes starts pulling back. We're a little bit of maneuverable infantry fighting up here, to be honest. Folks are got in a fighting position here. Both sides are tossing a grenade towards each other. Well, one side's tossing a Molotov. Molotov does prevent the machine gun from going into the fighting position immediately. But the Soviet mortars keep raining down shells here. We also have a SIS gun arriving, which can double as an artillery piece. Which makes the SIS really stand out for the most part as an AT weapon. Does have some good bit of utility. Yeah, SIS is already firing here. All this not being used as an artillery piece yet. Panzer's throwing another Molotov there. Great from the Panzer is probably an incendiary. Yep. But so can just pull back to the aid station here to heal. They can keep the fight going. And the mortar just keeps landing shells while this goes on. Maxim is ready to get to the front line again. Boston Grenadiers are advancing. Machine gun trying to get into position. Ooh, the Cisco is also firing as an artillery piece. Enjoy it's caught out in the open. More artillery calling here by the Untersturmführer. The Soviets realize they probably cannot stay there for long. And that artillery is doing a little bit of work. But the Soviets just maintain the artillery bombardment. Mortars are pretty handy after all. Nothing to scoff at. Looks like the recon team has been spotted as well. Not good for them. They decide to pull back. Now the Germans know there is a recon team, and that might actually have some impact on things. For some reason my OBS is slacking. I'm not sure why. Hopefully that's not going to be apparent in the video. I hope not anyway. Looks like the service is sitting on a bunker as well. We do have some shock troopers not being prepared by the Soviet Union. Nothing else here from the Waffen SS, but they are able to take up fully. We might see Panzers very soon. Some capacity. Or perhaps they're stuck. But as soon as I have an opening to try and move in. Here comes the surge shock troops. These guys can be exceptionally lethal when they're in the right position. Oh, excuse me. Basically, they can be equipped fully with PPSHs, or at least with 4 of them, and that gives them a lot of firepower and they can even suppress them to move. Indeed, we are going to see Panzers. Like a Panzer IV-J is being requisitioned here by the Waffen SS. Makes sense. So let's just keep digging in here. Let's speed up time again. Oh wait, never mind. Action is already happening. Seven's advancing, being spotted by the German infantry. We do manage to decapture the point and add a little bit more resources to the Germans. Now that Sabasko's going to pay for it, I think. Yep. But the mortars just keep shelling. Just constant damage. Doesn't have to be a lot of damage immediately, but it's just constantly tipping away at them. And the more it can do that, it can also be an annoyance. It's a little bit of a psychological warfare, so to speak. And then when you get that one lucky hit at the right time, it can do a lot of work. Like, it's a cheap way to just continuously harass your enemy. And also make movement very difficult. Well, stuff like that can happen, as I said, the lucky hit. Volkswagen trying to advance, but they're being hit there by a Maxim. Panzer IV J is trying to advance though. That's not anything to stop the Panzer IV J. The Mthis has to quickly relocate. Yep, Mthis is relocating there. Panzer IV J does not have side skirts at the moment, so it will be a little bit easier for the Mthis to penetrate it. Didn't penetrate that time. Ultimately called in there. Failed to penetrate the second time. So far the Soviet defense is holding. With the Sturmgrenadiers trying to advance on the upper flank again. But they're being attacked by a Maxim. You have heavy cover though. The Sturmgrenadiers are not low quality infantry. They're gonna have a difficult time though against a Maxim with upgrade body armor, which is the unique armor available to upgrade available to weapon teams. If you're playing a shock army. Also a mortar hit right straight on them. And that's also a problem. Panzer JB remaining a threat down here. That's a second Mthis. Double Mthis will actually do a lot of work. I'm glad to see the body armor actually being upgraded. We rarely see people actually use the body armor upgrade, despite being really good. Adds more health and even adds armor to the infantry. Only low quality armor though, like the lowest level of armor in the game, I think. Which means basically 9mm shots is gonna have a hard time dealing with them at range. But it won't like block rifle bullets and such. Well, it's useful to have, especially the extra health. There's also a T-34-76 in the fields. And so there'll be any help for the Soviets against this Panzer IV J. Side skirts are being upgraded now. We're gonna have a second Panzer IV J arriving for the Germans. Probably speed up time a little bit again. Oh, we have some movement. Panzer IV J is advancing at the southern flank. Panzers are hold up here. That's a lot of German infantry coming here alongside MG 08. They are out in the open though, but they are dealing with conscripts. And conscripts are not good at aiming. So for the sisters are not having a lot of luck. Very unfortunate here for the Soviet Union. MG 08 has managed to suppress the Soviet infantry. But mortar shell stands to land. And the Germans are kind of bunched up, making one good mortar shell very deadly. Folks are getting quite close here. Just gonna grenade there on the conscripts, but there's a Maxim back here, which prevents the Germans from advancing further. T-34-76 up here trying to deal with the MG-34. Shock troopers have managed to capture the point. And we have a Goliath here in the fields. Excuse me. The Goliath is a small remote control bomb. Very intriguing. I actually believe it's the technology behind the Goliath that became the basis for, you know, radio cars, like the small radio cars you could control as a kid. I used to have one of those. I believe that's where the technology is kind of the same, well, very reminiscent of. Very unique little piece of technology. Let's see if the Soviets can deal with it. They do have a tank. Oh, it's getting close. Oh, machine gun managed to penetrate it. Panzer IV is trying to advance, though. Got a good shot down that T-34. Ciscons are trying to do their best to keep the firing going. T-34 goes down.
We are suffering vehicle losses.
I think that, yeah, that is suppressed. Otherwise, I had a hard time firing. Not the Panzer IV to pull back. And your AT teams can get suppressed by machine gun fire, which will make them have will make them struggle to reload and fire. That's why you need to have them behind cover for the most part with the rest of the crew. Or just not having them be fired upon, or have them covering each other. There's a lot of things you have to worry about. We have an SS Hauptsturmführer arriving now. Most of the Waffen are getting officers to help them. It can be quite a boon if you can utilize them at the correct time with their artillery strikes. Officers are pretty useful like that. Side skirts on the second Panzer IV J. Gonna make it a little harder to deal with. Sure, much harder. 5% more armor. That's not too bad. They increased health. It's nice.
Upgrade completed. Ready for action.
Soviet recon team remains in the center here, keeping, well, giving the Soviets a very good idea of what's going on, including showing them that their Hauptsturmführer has arrived to the front line to oversee it. Now the Germans getting mortars, so they're deciding to have a counter fight with the Soviets, bringing two of their own mortars and their own recon team. As the Waffen SS infantry and Volkssturm push outside.
Ready for action.
We get a little bit of a disorganized blob.
Yes, comrade.
This could make them an easy target, especially if the Soviets can spot them. Indeed, they have spotted them. One of the more shock troops have arrived here, they're also being equipped with their PPSHs.
Ready.
Our Germans are spreading out to set up defensive positions. I think the Soviets even know the Germans are getting mortars thanks to their commander. Shotgun gives you some radio intel so you can tell what they're getting. Ooh, good shot there. First, the German mortar has arrived, they need to set up though. Big fighting position trying to be set up here, and they managed to set it up. That can be utilized later for somewhere else. Like a machine gun potentially, or a mortar. The mortar's trying to fire back. They're not using the counter barrage tactic though. Trying to provide some pressure. But the Soviets still have very veteran mortar teams at the moment. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult for the German mortars to get that job done, I feel. Now, however, the German is playing as propaganda tactics, which means we could see a Tiger tank arrive like, oh, good shot. Did a lot of damage to that CIS team. But there's an aid station nearby, so they should be able to be healed shortly. We can see. Medics are quickly moving on to stitch up any wounds. That's what they try to do in advance. Storm Pioneers are supporting. Oh, good shot, the Storm Grenadiers. That's going to prevent them from supporting. So assault is starting. Got penetrated there though immediately by the CIS. Maxim is hitting at the Storm Pioneers. Panzer IV down. Not going to be easy advance here from the Germans. There are some shock troopers on the open here though. But you're switching around their PPCs. Other Panzer IV down. They're trying to get behind cover. Throwing a grenade there. That's an instant grenade, I think. Yep. Soviets could have broken their suppression there with the shock troopers with the Forstalin ability. Unless they used that earlier. Might have used that earlier. But the German infantry is just getting pinned down out here. But the Germans will catch at this cutoff point. We're just denying some more resources to the Soviets. So, always worthwhile to do, I suppose. And the CIS gun arriving. So that's 3 CIS guns. We have a Panzerwerfer coming in now, which could actually punish the Soviets for being so static and dug up. Well, no, really dug up, but dug in. Need to see what the Germans do with the Panzerwerfer though. But the Panzerwerfer is pretty damn decent at what it does.
Shock troops here. Do you need something?
And the CIS guns taking up artillery duty. That's going to make them easier targets for the Granatenwerfer that's quickly going back to counter barraging. Like one mortar got taken out. Probably by a counter shell. The Soviet mortars doing counter barraging as well. Using the CIS as a cover to try and zero in where the enemy mortar is. It's going to allow the Soviet mortar to get some more accurate hits in. Like so. With that, the Panzerwerfer starts firing. This could certainly be a problem here for the Soviets. I guess some decent hits in, but not doing too much this time. So it's quickly recapturing that point down here with the Sabers. Either side is really not really daring to make a move yet. We have a heavy mortar arriving here for the Shock Army, one of the unique units available to Shock. I think also artillery and rifle can get it. A little bit unsure about artillery actually getting this. I'm pretty sure rifle can get this though. But that's basically a 120mm mortar which can do a lot of work. Seriously, that mortar is pretty damn ridiculous if you can get in a good position and get some good hits, and can just continuously hit the enemy positions with very heavy shells. Here's what I was waiting for, because I had a feeling. Because this is propaganda tactics, they were just waiting to get that Tiger Ace. So we have a Tiger Ace on the field now. This can certainly cause issues here for the Soviets. The Soviets are lacking in anything big enough to deal with that. The Sis guns could actually get some good shots in, though, if they're lucky. Overall, the Soviets are lacking in the equipment of dealing with this Tiger at the moment, I feel. Lots of shots being exchanged here over the cover. Artillery is being prepared here by the Hauptsturmführer. So it's just going to be a basic 12 centimeter. Oh, they are being hit though by the Sis. So that's a little bit of artillery coming in. More assaulting going on down here. Germans have been quite diligent with their infantry fighting. Oh, the artillery's been calling back on the shock troopers there. Pretty good barrage too. Now the Tiger tank is ready to drive around here. Or start attacking the base if they can. And now the Soviets know there's a Tiger. A Tiger Ace there. Oh, good shot from the Sis. And with that, an IS-2 is being requisitioned. We might actually see the Battle of Giants here. Oh, the Sis gun is just doing amazing work. Never mind. That Tiger's having big issues. But that Sis gun team is now suppressed, I think. Which allows the Tiger to pull back. Well, the other Sis gun had been trying to move up, though. Very lucky there from the Soviet, though. Very lucky. This gun has been cleared, however. More Soviets push up here. And use the Sis gun as a screen. Impact ray being tossed there. Good impact ray to that. But the Panzerwerfer fires in. Destroying one shock trooper squad. That's a really costly loss. Shock troopers are not cheap infantry at all. The IS-2 does when it finally arrives, however. Because the Germans are now the ones lacking the AT equipment. Could have the Tiger Ace, but that's a tank, not an anti-tank, dedicated anti-tank piece. But the 88mm gun should be able to do the job. But it is an IS-2, so it's hard to say. Because the IS-2 is pretty damn good at dealing with Tigers. Second Panzerwerfer being prepared here by the Germans. So far, the battlefield somewhat getting quiet again. The smoke has been popping up by the Soviets to allow the Soviets to capture more ground, like in the center here. The Sturm Pioneers are being pushed forward to try and prevent it. Just firing blindly into the smoke with their flamethrower. The Soviets managed to decapture the point. Here we have the IS-2 tank. The heaviest, well, not really the heaviest, but a very heavy Soviet tank. I think the ISU-152 is heavier, but that's not actually a tank. So it might be the heaviest Soviet tank, this, to be honest. Because an assault gun is not a tank, in case you're wondering. There's the Tiger tank. It is down there. It has been repaired. More Panzerwerfer rockets are going out. Tiger will be able to get a flanking shot here on the IS-2 soon if it keeps going. Ooh, rockets to barely miss the IS-2 there. The Tiger tank is on the hunt. It needs to be cautious though. An IS-2 is not an easy prey. Tiger's still gonna try and take a shot. Fails to penetrate. If the IS-2 was brave enough, it could have drove up there and began loading an AP round. Which, if it's very lucky, can insta-kill the Tiger. Meanwhile, everything is somewhat quieted down again, turning back into a static fight. I think we'll speed up time again. There's some relocation of units around here. Not much else going on. Some trenches being dug in here. Germans are preparing a counter assault up in the northern flank to try to secure some ground. We don't know the Surveys still have a maximum covering both points. Now that the Germans already know they probably cannot take this point. Panzerwerfer's opening fire, not sure what, probably around here. No, around here. Really aim to want to see if they can take out that max machine gun. So far that's not really working out for them. I choose really going northwards, just as the Tiger returns to the front line. Tiger gets around the corner here. Mthis guns are quickly opening salvos on it. Oh, high explosive incendiary shot used by the Tiger Ace. Doing a good bit of damage. Just quickly watch have to try and grab the Mthis gun again. Keep it manned. And the Sappers trying to take the center again, but it's an MG8 preventing them. Yeah, it's just down the northern flank, keep an eye on it. We'll speed up time again. There's some rocket strikes from the Panzerwerfers. Not much happening yet. The IS-2 is taking action here, I think. Well, the Tiger's moving up down here, but it takes another shot from the Mthis. It's being forced back. In case you're wondering why I speed up time this much this time, I was told this one is very long, and I was actually told in the email to speed up time every now and then, because there's a lot of times where there's just not a lot happening, as you have seen. Not a lot of constant action in this one, but it's still a pretty decent match. Oh, IS-2 could be in Panzerfaust range, but Stormfighters don't have a Panzerfaust. Now that's a problem. Recon team killed there. Do a Panzerfaust now. A little bit too late. Panzerstrike is being upgraded here on the Panzerjägers. But the IS-2 is turning its gun. Hit some terrain. Oh, lost his gun to a Panzerstrike. And the Tiger is just gonna try and get in on that action now, but there's still a lot of Mthis covering the area. So it could be a little bit too risky of a maneuver to do. The Tiger is still pulling forwards. That's gonna be a high explosive incendiary. Get some sandbags though. It's gonna force the side. Oh, turret jammed! Smoke did get popped though, so it should be able to back off safely. Repairs are happening for the truck here. Recon team for the Soviets lost. Very static fights. Very personal little duel here between two players. I'm not really sure it's personal, but just a very long-winded duel. Oh, oh. IS-2's moving downwards here. Tiger's nearby. Let's take the shot. Fails to penetrate. IS-2 should know where the Tiger is then, but it's not really taking action yet. Now it's backing off. The IS-2 will have far better armor than the Tiger has. You remember that? But the 88 has a much higher rate of fire and generally very high penetration. Oh, good shot from the IS there in the infantry. Oh, loader injured there in the IS-2. That's gonna force to keep moving backwards. I don't think the Tiger Ace can get close enough. This gun's gonna start opening fire soon. Incendiary high explosive overshoots. I think the team that might be oh, they're right here on the gun. Looks like it might be bugged. I'm not certain. Oh, the crew's coming around here, okay. Very awkward. So guys are being recruited from this building. They have to walk all the way around. This looks like an awkward bug, but looks like that might be it. Very unusual. Oh yeah, the rest of the crew is back here. That's a very weird bug. Now, unlike the Tiger Ace though, the Soviets can get more IS-2s. Good shot from the sister. So we're gonna see a second IS-2 arriving here shortly. Another overshot there from the incendiary high explosive. IS-2 still not ready for action yet. Its main gunner is still injured, which means it's gonna shoot much slower. It'll soon be repaired. Now the Oblitz remains down here as a secret little repair station for the Tiger Ace to operate from. IS-2 is pushing forward down in the open, though there's not a lot to stop it. The Recon's been spotted and it decides to run. And with the second IS-2 soon, Tiger Ace is going to have a hard time. We do hear Goliath somewhere. Looks like it's going to try and get around the corner here. Where's the Tiger Ace on the edge of the map on this one? Goliath is trying to sneak around the edge of the map. Fancy is sitting up behind the stone fence. We have another Untersturmführer arriving here for the Waffen-SS. IS-2 makes another move here. Fancy is going to try and take a shot. Doesn't penetrate. IS-2 does have really high frontal armor after all. Even the Panther Strike sometimes have issues penetrating it. Which is very rare for an allied vehicle, or any vehicle actually. Which just showcases how armored the front of the IS-2 is. Here we have the second IS-2. We need to be somewhat cautious because the Soviets are now taking advantage of the IS-2 being here to start advancing. Try and get some ground. The German infantry is also moving up here. Although they are being shelled in their path by a mortar. Oh, good shot then, the Storm Pioneers. Oh, and another good shot from another mortar. Yikes! These Soviet mortars doing a lot of work. Where's this Vet-25 one? Maybe that's the rockets rain down amongst them. Oh, it should not be moving that Goliath out in the open like that. If a Sysgon hits it, it's gonna be done for. And the Duska can also hit if it turns. Actually, the base Duska could hit it. That was actually really bad there for the Germans. You don't want to be close to a Goliath. But that the IS-2 is advancing. And the Tiger Ace stopped them, is the question. I'll take a long range shot here. And the IS-2 know what's going on. Oh, if those IS-2s make the move, the Tiger Ace is gonna take a shot. Doesn't penetrate. High explosive there from the IS-2 students does minimal damage. If the Tiger Ace can just keep the distance. And the IS-2s will have very long reload rate. They're loading AP rounds though. I don't think the Tiger Ace can survive. Oh! It survived! One shell penetrated, but the other shell is about to completely destroy this one. It's been immobilized. It's an easy target out for the ISs. It's so far surviving, but the infantry around it is dying. That almost rhymed. Driver into the one IS. Tiger Ace is still alive. Stumhang is in the flank there. IS needs to keep backing off. Oh, one IS-2 on. Tiger Ace remains alive. Barely. I'm not sure how it's alive, to be honest. But it is. Quickly, Oberblitz is moving up into repairs, allowing it to move again. And that's been a lot of action today. Whew. Well, that's not been that much action, but the action we've seen has been pretty good. Double Panzer IV J is being prepared to support the Tiger. I suppose that's one way to go about it. Take nice twist being prepared. The Mortars keep chilling where the Tiger was. They don't know that the Tiger has already moved. Oh! But MGO does get cleared out by the heavy mortar. And so we have denied the munitions point, but the Germans have set up a munitions cache. The Germans are gonna need those munitions soon. At least if they have anything to use their munitions on, which they're supposed to do with these. Like it's still taking time to repair. It is a very long process to repair the German heavy tanks, I believe. Which is like a reflection of how difficult they were to keep maintained in real life, I think. IS-2's making in a base raid here. While he's trying to threaten the base defenses. And take out some of the hedges, apparently. Rockets are firing up close. But the IS-2 dodges most of it. Ooh, almost destroyed the HQ. IS-2 does do a lot of explosive damage, so it can deal with structures very easily. It is a breakthrough tank, after all. And that looked weird on my OBS. Is my OBS lagging? If my OBS might be lagging here. That's not a good sign. And that's not a good sign at all. I'm hoping it's not my OBS lagging. Oh, we got a Panzerfaust there on the IS-2. That's not good. And the Panzerfaust is now assaulting it. I don't think it's going to be able to escape in time. Yeah, there it goes. All it takes is one more penetration. That's that basically cleared out. Shock Troop is still holding on here. But the Panzer Force is going to make that very difficult. The Germans basically have no infantry left. Mostly relying on their Panzers here. Just as another IS-2 rolls onto the field. And let's see if the IS-2 goes into action immediately is the question. See, Stormcloud is trying to secure some ground again. But the IS-2 is going to prevent that. Like that. Double Panzer Force failed to penetrate. As I said, it is a very hard target. We'll see if they get another IS-2 if they go for some other vehicle. Panzer Force is going to probe, I think. They can outrange the IS-2. Just need sight on it. But the Tiger is advancing. And also the German recon team. Here they come. All the Panzers are going to coordinate. That IS-2 is not going to last long with all this coordination against it. All its heavy armor is helping it for now. Oh, good AP round there on the Tiger Ace. Smoke popped on the Tiger Ace. Ooh, penetration there from the Tiger though. It's going to force the IS-2 back. As rockets land around it, one Panzer Force gets taken out by assists. I guess the IS-2 is still holding on then. Good for it. IS-2s are pretty powerful, I guess. Maybe more than starting to shield the German perimeter. Or is it actually hitting the base? Oh, it's hitting down here. Just trying to cause any minor damage it can. You never know if it might hit anything. Apparently my microphone can pick that up. Good to know. So far everything looks quite fine and quiet. We'll see another Panzer IV J being prepared. Speed up time again. Just mortar shells landing. Now the IS-2 springs into action again. And the Tiger is going to move to try and counteract. I think a veteran to 4 Tiger is could probably take on an IS-2 if it gets a good shot in. But the IS-2 just backs off. It's a lot of trying to goad the other into action here at the moment. But both sides are keeping eyes on each other thanks to flares. They know what each other is doing. At least movement-wise. Second IS-2 is being prepared again. German infantry is making a move for the north here. Trying to see if they can get around up here, but they still need to be very cautious when there's an IS-2 present. IS-2s can just rip through infantry, after all. Firing high explosive rounds. But it hits the terrain. It's very inaccurate. Those are the Panzers on the move. Tiger Ace and 3 Panzer 48s. That's a lot of damage. Also, all the rockets are going in. Good shot there from the Tiger Ace. Most the IS-2 somewhat backwards. Second IS-2 is arriving though. 1 Panzer 4 gets taken out by a assist gun. Blitzkrieg has been enabled. All rockets going in. One Panzer 4 gets taken out by the IS-2 there. The Tiger is going to try and go for a kill, I think. But IS-2 is arriving though. So the Germans decide they've lost too much here in this push. Losing 2 Panzer 48s. Some Superpioneers trying to advance here. They're being hit by a lot of machine gun fire though, preventing them from advancing. The Tiger Ace tries to continue its push here. AP run has been loaded here by the IS. Fails to penetrate. And with that, the brawl continues up here. It's gonna be a long duel of heavy armor. Wait. Oh wait, I just lost sight of it. It has camo netting. Which means it's gonna show up on the minimap on the stationary. Pretty useful actually. Another flare going out here. Those has been very diligent with their recon flares. They always want to know what the enemy heavy tank is. Tiger is going to take a shot. Penetrates and does some big mobility damage. The IS-2 is probably going to end up being an easy target. Yep, it's been immobilized. Which means the Tigers can just quickly take some shots here. Smoke grenade being popped though, and repairs happen thanks to the truck. It's going to allow the IS-2 to pull back. That's why it needs to be somewhat cautious. 80 round below here by the Tiger Ace. Instantly kills the shock trooper squad out in the open like that. It's how it converts into 5 Tiger Ace. The service might actually want to invest in some repair teams to keep their tanks prepared if they are going to pull back here every time. We'll get their tanks operational very quickly. The Tiger Ace and the Panzer IV pulls back, as even another Panzer IV J is being prepared. If you want faster repairs, you can also upgrade the repair team here on the Sappers. Surprisingly good upgrade, by the way. Makes them very good at repairing. More shelters have been called in by the service to replace their lost ones. Now, the service could just apply pressure on the other flanks too. Like with a conscript or two. That could probably be a very good idea. If you can just keep applying pressure around the map with the Soviets, you can do a lot of work.
Shock troops have arrived.
You can just keep replacing your losses, unlike the Germans. The Soviets always know what the Germans are getting. They do get a radio call Whenever a new unit arrives on the field. SS Recon team has already spotted the IS. In direct there in front of it. More rockets being used here by the Panzerwerfers. They keep trying to apply pressure. And doing a pretty good job weakening the SIS teams. IS-2's on the move. Tigers and Panzer IV need to move quickly. Well, I think the IS-2s know something is up. You don't advance with any infantry support? You always want infantry support when you're using tanks, by the way. Oh, double AP run down the Tiger, almost killing it. Now that's a scary maneuver. Force the Tiger race to pull back. If that was not a veteran to 5, I think it might have been the end of the Tiger race. Because I think we actually does give them damage reduction or something. Gives them increased armor. Okay. Oh, good shot there on one of the ISs. Heat round fails to penetrate the other. Oh, it's turning its rear. You don't want to do that. Yeah, good. They caught it and didn't keep reversing. Good to see. That's speed of time again. IS-2 tries to press up there. Panzer IV moves up. IS-2 goes in the offensive here. Takes out the Panzer IV. It's gonna go for that Oberblitz over there now. Also the Duschka on top just takes it out. In short succession. The Germans are not looking good here. They're lacking in presence of the field. But the Soviets are not really pressing on the other flanks yet, so far it's not too bad. Could end up being worse. But IS-2 is still being repaired and it will soon be ready for action again. But if the Soviets could just take out that Tiger race, I think they'll be golden. Because without that Tiger race, the Soviets could just advance without any risks, I think. Panzerwerfers trying to apply pressure again. It's smart that they're doing it before any engagement, actually. IS-2s are moving together here. No, only one of them is moving forwards. Gets penetrated by the AA Tiger race. If he wants to load SIS round match to penetrate. That's gonna force the Tiger back, he doesn't want to risk it. Oh, is he gonna risk it? Oh, that's... Oh, penetrate the other IS. It is a very veteran team, so they know where to aim. I think it's 40% increase that penetration? 30% increased weapon penetration. That is still pretty damn good. 40% increased accuracy. So just overall a really good unit at that point when it's veteran to 5. Of course, you don't want the Soviet ISs to get to that point either. That can make them very dangerous. Although they aren't already dangerous at this point. 2 penetrating AP rounds can basically take out the tank easily. Just getting the time to do that, that's the question. Here's the south flank. The southern flank looks like the Germans are digging in again. I wonder if they're gonna get someone to recruit all their weapons. Not to say. Certainly have the manpower to do so. But the SS is definitely lacking in infantry at the moment. Now the Soviets are starting to probe a little bit. So it's probably realizing there's not a lot here to actually hold them. But the conscripts still get mowed down. And so they can just send their conscripts around without much issues, you can see. Because they can replace their losses pretty damn easily. Actually, in fact, I believe it actually gets cheaper to replace the conscripts the more teched up you are as the Soviets, so... in time, you'll just be able to get a lot more of them easier. Tigers advancing through the center. They know what the ISs are. That's their targets. Oh, another good penetrating shot there. That might be a dead IS. He has been immobilized. Oh, failed to penetrate. Sysguns managed to penetrate. And that actually forces the Tiger Ace back. As the rockets come flying in. Doing a good bit of damage, but not destroying the tank. Another good penetrating shot. That Tiger Ace is really starting to get work done. Keeps the IS-2s continuously on their toes, so to speak. But the Panzer IV is just not up to scratch. Suffering losses to the Sysguns. And again, the Mthis is just lacking in infantry. They don't have any infantry presence. Just a Sturm Pioneer and a single Aufklarer. So they can just keep those ISs repaired. Or perhaps, if they want to, they could start investing in more vehicles of other kinds. To supplement the ISs. That could probably be a good idea. Or just get some more infantry in the field to run the areas. That also works. Well, depends what the player wants. The Germans have the manpower to get some infantry replacements, but they don't seem to be keen on it at the moment. I wonder what they're planning. Oh, the Aufklarer was ought to open fire. Probably not a smart move. So he has to pull back quickly. Just because it's a veteran 4 Aufklarer, that's not something we see often. And they have been very close to the fighting. Let's speed up time again. Not a lot of action is going on. Panzer IV heads southwards here, spots the Maxim. Not much going on with that. IS-2's on the move. They're gonna try and punch through the center here. Tiger fails to penetrate. One Panzer IV gets taken out. The more they overextend, though, the easier they will be to... Oh, a little penetrating there from the Panzer IV. But Tiger Ace really is the big issue. And now the Tiger Ace, if it penetrates, you can destroy that IS. Fails to penetrate. But that Tiger Ace really is scary. And with that, the Tiger Ace pulls back against the safety. Shock was relocating southwards. Scattering around. IS on the move. Looks like the Panzer IV are moving southwards here. We're going to try and flank around. Not sure what the Soviet medics are doing. They cannot capture ground. Who uses off the rockets to stun all the artillery anti-tank guns before advancing. Tiger's now present. They can probably one-shot that IS if they can penetrate. Nope, so far his armor is holding up. I feel that the Soviets wanted to get some... Oh, that's a good shot. They didn't kill it entirely, though. I feel the Soviets invested in some other units to support the ISs, like T-34, so they could probably do a lot more work. So far the Soviets are very keen to just use the ISs here. IS is taking shots. Got a good AP round there on the Tiger. One IS down. But the Tiger is also down. That's a huge loss there for the Germans. Because they cannot get another Tiger Ace immediately. They actually have to have a cooldown now before they can get another Tiger Ace. That starts when the Tiger Ace dies, I think. But now this IS-2 is going to get overrun by the Panzer IVs. I don't think it can survive on its own. It's so far doing a pretty good job, though. That's for certain. The Panzer IV is still chasing it. It's repair. Shot gets taken out. I think that might be the end of this IS-2. Oh, heat round mate fails to penetrate. And there it gets taken out. This is could probably get turned around the whole time. And now they're caught in the crossfire, so to speak. But they are being stunned by the rockets. And the fragmentation grades from the tanks are actually doing a lot of work. Another Panzer IV gets taken out. More fragmentation grades being used. Damn, brutal. That actually destroyed most of the Soviet army. The Soviets probably need to get some replacement infantry quick. Because that was painful. And the Germans are going to try and see if they can capitalize on this, but they only have one infantry unit. Don't have a lot they can capture ground with. Unless they want to try and grab a Flammenwerfer again. Folkestone are quickly being requisitioned, but Folkestone cannot capture ground, I'm pretty sure. They only scorched earth it. Which technically is a tactic. That you can grab a point and then quickly scorched earth it with your Folkestone. If it's in enemy territory that you don't think you'll hold for long. That way you can deny ground to the enemy. But IS-2 has arrived though. That's going to be a dead Panzer IV. He managed to get one grenade off though. The Folkestone are now starting to arrive. The service here. Militia drawn up from the local area. Probably people who worked in some of these factories. And that's a Panzer IV the Soviets could utilize. They can get it repaired. Rockets are quickly opening fire. That might prevent that Panzer IV from being reclaimed. Well, being captured rather. No, that Panzer IV is still very much usable. The Soviets just need to invest in it. That's a free tank. It's a free tank. So the Soviets will try and make use of it. Yep, they've captured it. Now if they can repair that, that's a very useful tool. The Red Army can utilize then. Now the IS-2 is going to remain a big issue here until the Germans can get another Tiger race. They are getting several Panzerjägers though to try and deal with it. Soviets not really capitalizing on it. They're still not sure what to do, I think. Speed up time. But the longer this goes on, the higher chance the Germans will just get a second Tiger race. IS-2 advances though. Probably realizing there's not much that can fight it at the moment. Panzer IV tries to get in the flank though. And the flank is what you want to be on. Just to penetrate though. Armor still a little bit too high. Especially that range. Oh, Panzer goes to try it. Failed. The frontal armor of the IS-2 is pretty thick after all. Very thick. Extra thick, as some might say. And it's been a while since I've watched Samurai Jack. Soviet Panzer IV is now ready. One Panzer managed to penetrate the IS-2. Panzer IV managed to penetrate the IS-2. But now the Soviet Panzer IV is advancing. IS-2 gets cleared out. Still usable though. And IS-2 in German hands now. That's a very scary prospect. So we don't want the Soviets probably don't want to let that happen. That way you suddenly hand these Germans a weapon they don't normally have the capability of doing. Basically being a heavily armored tank with perfect anti-infantry capabilities. Obviously quickly flying in, another IS-2 is being requisitioned. Also the Soviets will try and grab the IS-2 again, yep. I'm gonna try and repair the engine here. Thanks to the truck. Lots of rockets are going in. The Germans have 3 rocket batteries. But the IS-2 is safely grabbed again. And they're quickly moving to get it back into a safe position to repair it. That's why I think they should just get the repair teams. Like, they're back here near the base so often, I think getting the repair teams would just be a very good investment. Let's speed up time again. It does look like there's a lot happening. And as I said, this is a long match. Like, it's over the hour mark at this point. So it's re-grabbing equipment. More rockets are flying in from the German side. And now the Soviet tanks on the move. Double IS-2 plus the Panzer IV. And Germans still don't have a Tiger Ace to work with. Don't have the fuel. Well, I'm not sure if it costs fuel anymore. It should cost fuel, from what I remember. As in a vanilla game, it didn't cost fuel originally when they added the Tiger Ace. Panzer IV's advancing. Oh, good penetration so far. AP rounds are being loaded up by the ISs. Takes out one Panzer IV. Now they just keep driving forwards. I don't think the Germans can actually stop them. So packs are starting to be requisitioned now. There's very little here that can actually stop the ISs. Although I don't know, Panzer is being prepared here. Oh, these are shit from the Panzerbüchse. Doing some damage to the tracks. That is a thing the anti-tank rifles are pretty decent at, destroying tracks. Not a good pinch there from the Panzer IV. How quickly the rest to the front here again. I'll facilitate the repairs. This needs to be repaired, and then I'll fix that issue. Another lot is going on again. Sturmheim is trying to advance here. Are we gonna see another Tiger Ace at this rate? We might end up seeing another Tiger Ace at this rate. That's just advancing. Give support of a pack. IS-2 advances. Just slowly taking out the pack. IS-2 took a hit. And now the Soviets are bringing in a B4. Because why the hell not? Because at this point, you might just bring all the big toys in to just slap the Germans in the face if they try anything. That's going to be one dead Panzer IV soon. Oh, it moved out of range. Never mind. Good usage of flare stuff from either side, I will say that. They've always had a good idea of where the enemy's position is. But all those poor recon teams are just getting blown to pieces. What a long slog between these two players. Oh, Panzer against the penetrate. Panzer IV gets taken out. Rockets lands. The source B4 fires. Oh, they just hit the base now. And we do see another Tiger Ace called in. Let's see if this new Tiger Ace can do anything to save the Germans. Or if the Soviets can just double run it. They still have that captured Panzer IV. Just hiding in the camo position there behind the destroyed train track. Or train cart. Train platform? Train palais? Is that what they call it in English? Palais? IS-2's advancing. Soon encounter it. There's also double Panzerjäger to support. AP round has been loaded. No penetration. From either side, actually. Second IS-2 pushes up. They don't have enough, or they'll still be charging on their AP rounds. Or they had no munitions, but they had more than enough munitions. So it's slowly advancing, creeping forwards. Mobility lost on 1. I guess just slowly creeps back. It can use its range to its advantage here. Very long fight. And second B-Force being prepared. All the big weapons are just being pulled out by the Soviets. I think they are tired of this little train track with just a few tanks holding them back is preventing an entire offensive from going on. Oh, they're using the B-Force for counter-barraging against the rockets. See, that's cheeky. Because that means the instant those rockets fire, they're going to be met by a B-Force shell. But the rockets need to be very cautious when they fire. Unless they just get, you know, hit by a giant shell. 230mm, I think to be specific. No, 203mm. That is still a freaking huge ass shell. Pantic is trying to move across the open when that makes them an easy target. Yeah, Otto is just not prepared yet. But the Panzerjägers are not going to be very useful out in the open like that. Panzerjägers generally do not do well out in the open, or most of the tank squads don't. They're just for ambush positions or in tighter quarters with a lot of cover. Out here in the open, there's just no cover to work with. You can get a modifier here that are an easy target. Like anti-tank rocket infantry, literally gets a modifier where they're easier to hit out in the open. You want to just stick to cover if you can. And the B-Force tried to do a counter barrage there. Did not really hit the thing, but right near it. So the IS-2 are moving again. Want to see if they can apply some pressure. There's still lack of Soviet infantry to support the push, though. I think both sides are kinda... Oh, what's the term? Both sides are kinda... What is that term called? Blindsided? No. Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision, that's the name. It's called tunnel vision. Oh, one Panzer hits there. Gonna injured. I think the Soviets should probably just pull back. I don't think the Soviets wanted to take that fight. The Germans wanted to do a counter assault with his Tigers. Can the Germans actually pull this off? The IS-2s are not really coordinating at the moment. They're kind of separate. The Panzerjägers are advancing. There's a lack of Soviet infantry to hold the front line. There's also a lack of German infantry to support the push. Oh, good shot there. That's one IS-2 down. Sysguns are trying to take some shots too. One IS-2 took a hit. I think the Germans might have to pull this off. Panzer IV on the flank. IS-2 down. But probably this isn't a Panzer IV-J, so it has a very bad turret traverse rate. Even on being loaded. This is a Tiger Ace. Oh, it missed! And with that, I think the Germans might actually pull this off. I don't think the Soviets can turn this around at this point because they neglected to get infantry. They're starting to hold the ground. And now the Tiger Ace is just mopping everything up. How did they manage that? Speed up time here. Yeah, I'm trying to get another IES, but it feels like this might be over unless the Soviets can just pull something out. Yeah, at this point they surrender. Wow, okay. The Germans actually managed to pull it off. Well, I'm surprised. Well, we will enjoy it. And I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye bye.